Start.
Good evening, guests and fellow Toastmasters. A warm welcome to meeting number 22nd of Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. I am Toastmaster Sudharma Perera, your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I am sure you are excited as I am. The meeting will be for 2 hours and you are expected to stay for the entire duration. Before we start the meeting, I want to highlight some key points. Your video should be on and the audio should be off. And the audio should be on only when you are called to speak or need to speak. Regarding the topics of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmaster International does not put any restrictions on speaking on those topics. However, at the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club, we request all speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. And also, we all urge you to be cognizant of the fact that we as a club practice diversity and inclusion in letter and in spirit. Hence, ensure there are no sexist, racist, or any such undertones which create hostility and discomfort for members or guests. Let me now call upon the presiding officer for today's meeting. He is the VP Education of Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club, working as a full-stack developer in Travelopia and tech trainer, history and movie buff. He loves to storytelling and listening to music. He always tries to be the best version of himself. He is none other than Toastmaster Karthik Venugopal. Toastmaster Karthik, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudharma. So give a big round of applause to our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Sudharma, for that great start. A very good evening to all of you. It's my pleasure to be presiding over the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club, and I call upon our 22nd meeting to order. So before moving ahead with our meeting, so let's talk with some of our guests who are in our meeting today. So Toastmaster Sadil, would you like to introduce yourself, from which club you are, and how did you get to know about Gabbys Toastmasters Club?
Of course. Thank you for giving me the chance. I'm Sadil and I'm from Sri Lanka. I'm from Negombo Toastmasters Club, and there I'm the Sergeant at Arms. And I'm 20 years old and I have finished my college studies and willing to go to university next year. So my hobby is solving Rubik's Cube. So if you like, I can show you my Rubik's Cube collection. I have a huge collection of them. And these days I work as a part-time physics teacher. I have less than 10 students because I work as a part-time teacher, and I teach in my school too. So that's my brief introduction. Thank you.
Thank you, Sadil. Thank you for that introduction. And yeah, but me and physics are too far away. But good to see some physics lovers. Thank you for joining us. So we do have our another guest, that is Sumedha. I know her, but I want everyone to know who is she. Over to you, Sumedha.
Good evening, everyone. So my name is Sumedha. I am a member of Toastmasters Indranagar Pride, and I've had the pleasure of attending, I guess, a couple of evaluation sessions thanks to Toastmaster Karthik, who's, I guess, a common member. And today, I think I'm lucky to have an opportunity to speak here. So personally, I consider myself an artist, a designer, and a storyteller. So today, I'm going to bring the storytelling aspect forward in front of all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sumedha, for that introduction, and thanks for joining us, and thanks for accepting the role. Okay. So now, due to paucity of time, we won't have an opportunity to introduce each and every one of you, but you can share your introductions, all guests, into the chat. And also, we will be sharing you the guest WhatsApp link where you can join our guest group. For the benefit of guests, I would want to iterate that the Toastmasters is a home to people who wish to face their fear of public speaking. Not only that, if you love to connect and network with others, if you want to hone your leadership skills, Toastmasters is a place for you. It's a safe place to learn, unlearn, and relearn. We are proud to carry forward this 100 years old legacy, which is spanned over 100 plus countries. So now, before handing over the stage to Toastmaster of the day, I would like to ask you a few questions. So how many of you will believe that if I say I was a yoga practitioner, yoga guru 5 years back, and I was called as Pamdev Baba, not Ramdev, Ramdev? How many of you will believe that? Okay, thank you for not believing, because I was not. Okay, but I would like to ask one more question to everyone. How many of you can hold your breath for 30 seconds? Okay, 1 minute. 2 minutes. Today I'll teach you the technique of holding your breath for 3 minutes. You have to just trust me. Close your eyes, and we will close your eyes, and don't open your eyes until I say open. Okay? Just trust me, and you will learn one of the greatest technique of holding your breath for 3 minutes, because we don't know when we will fall into water and get submerged, and we should learn this technique. Okay? Now, everybody close your eyes. I'll chant a mantra. So all who don't know this mantra, what is mantra? Just chant with me. Okay? My mantra first word is home, Home. Okay? Home. Okay, I want everybody to unmute. Okay, open your eyes, because I cannot hear. Okay, great. Fine. So now close your eyes. You will learn today the technique of 3 minutes holding your breath. Home.
Home.
Dream clean.
Stream clean.
Room clean.
Bathroom clean.
Bathroom clean.
Chota beam.
Chota beam.
Okay, now inhale. Okay, I'll count the seconds, and you will just see how lucky you are to learn this technique. Hold it. It's 20 seconds now. Hold it, hold it, hold it. 25. 30. Hold it, don't exhale. 35. 40. Just listen to me. Now slowly exhale without letting your nose know that you're exhaling. And just inhale. See, this is the way. Now you can open your eyes. See, this is the way you can hold your breath for 3 minutes. So I being a great practitioner of yoga, but I'm not a great practitioner in front of our TMOD. So let me hand over this session to our Toastmaster of the day, that is Sudharma Perera from Sri Lanka, who is, I don't have any introduction of her, but I'll let you know who is she. She is an active Toastmaster who has a passion of public speaking, who has passion of helping people, and she has helped me a lot. So whenever I'm kind of busy, I'm kind of occupied with my work and my yoga, like holding breath for 3 minutes, I just go to Sudharma. Please, Sudharma, can please find me role takers, and she's always there to help me. Thank you, Sudharma. So now I hand over the baton to Toastmaster of our day. Give a big round of applause to Sudharma. Toastmaster Sudharma, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karthik, for that great and lovely introduction. Now, again, good evening, Toastmasters and guests. I want to ask one question as the beginning. Today, our theme is yoga. How many of you are practicing yoga? How many of you like to learn yoga? How many of you? No one? Toastmaster Priyanka?
I practice.
Practice.
And it's all started from COVID time.
Ah, thank you.
And I've gotten very addicted to it after that.
Yeah, it's great. To yoga. It is great. Okay, then other Toastmasters, do you like to learn yoga? I am not a teacher, but I am also learning. I can share my ideas. Okay, then let me share my screen, and before that, I want to tell, there are some Gurukulas in yoga. I am following Swami Shivananda's Gurukula, that is Hatha Yoga. Hatha. Ha means sun, Tha means moon. That was I got as a meaning. It is like maintaining body and mind. In this yoga path, there are 4 parts as well as 5 points. Let me share my screen to explain to you what is that. Hope you can see my screen. This is the gift I can give you in today's meeting, because for this theme I searched and everywhere, then I got that Sivananda's website. This great treasure. There are 4 parts in yoga. What is that? Karma yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. Karma Yoga means we are doing something without any expectations like helping poor people, helping orphanages and all. That is like Karma Yoga. We can practice that yoga method. And other is Bhakti Yoga, that devotion to our religion and all. Raja Yoga means meditation. It is kind of a path of yoga, doing meditation. Other one is Jnana Yoga. That is like a wisdom, but it is a difficult path. What I know is it is a difficult path. So we can practice that Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. Raja Yoga also, if you like, you can practice. Those are the four paths. Then 5 points of yoga. In yoga, there are 5 points. That is asana. That is like exercises. And pranayama. There are 2 types of pranayama, which I know. That is Kapalabhati and Anuloma Viloma. In Kapalabhati, what we are doing is we are inhaling and exhaling like we are emitting an insect inside our life. Sorry, inside our body. It's like this. We have to exhale. Then what is happening? It will cleanse our immune system and it will shine our face. That is what I got from my teachers. And Anuloma Viloma, it is like I think it is an Indian word or something. I guess Anuloma Viloma means this is like Chin Mudra. Hope you can see this is Chin Mudra. This is Vishnu Mudra. That means in left hand we have to keep Chin Mudra, in right hand we have to keep like Vishnu Mudra. Then we will keep the left hand in our knee, on our knee, and this one we have to keep close to our nose. Then first one we have to close our right nostril and inhale from our left side for 4 counts. Keep that counts for 16 and exhale in 8 counts. It is the Anuloma Viloma. We are doing that for proper breathing system. Then we can get a good relaxation, and it is like a good method for that breathing technique. That is pranayama. Other one is savasana. It is the most famous asana in yoga. It is like we are sleeping like a dead body. At least 5 minutes we have to be in that position after each session of asanas. And other one is proper diet. We should have proper diet means vegetarian. I am half vegetarian. I am not eating meats, but I am not like a vegetarian, but it is a good habit to be a proper diet vegetarian. Other one is meditation, Vedana and Dhyana. Those are the 5 points of yoga. Then dear Toastmasters, this is the basic of yoga, which I know, Hatha Yoga, Sivananda Gurukula. And shall we move to our meeting today? I will discuss another things in our next moment. Today, for the benefit of guests, I would like to tell there are 3 sections in regular meeting. That is prepared speech, table topic section, as well as evaluation section. For conduct this meeting, we have a special team. That is our tag team with the headmaster of General Evaluator. Today, our General Evaluator is Toastmaster Anupama Venugopal. Toastmaster Anupama is a corporate lawyer, having her own firm in Bangalore. She has also authored a book on legal subject, but for the common people, not for the advanced people, but for the common people. She is the immediate past president of CII, Indian Women Network Karnataka chapter, as well as she is a Toastmaster and past president of LA 1924 and has completed her ALB in leadership as well as ACG in communication. So, introduce you all. I will invite Toastmaster Anupama. Over to you.
Thank you, Sudharma, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, everyone. I hope you all can hear me. Yeah, thank you. So, when I saw the theme for today, I was wondering what it's going to be. And I think Sudharma gave us a wonderful introduction to what yoga is. But when I thought of yoga, I thought there's so much of connection between yoga and Toastmasters. For example, there is a breath control that we practice in yoga. And I'm sure we all go through the same breath control when we are giving our speeches. When it comes to flexibility, right? I'm sure that we've all had situations where we would have come prepared for one role in the Toastmasters meeting, and all of a sudden you realize that someone is missing and you have to take up the role of the other person. So there's flexibility, there's focused, because once you join the journey, you have people like Sourav, 2 DTMs, other people who are pursuing so many education goals. And then last and most important is meditation and resilience. I think that is something that all of us Toastmasters, when we go to contests, when we go to several rounds of trying to make our speeches better, is something we develop really well. And I think that's a wonderful way to actually bring in yoga to connect it with Toastmasters. As a G, my role is basically to look at all the roles of the role players in the meeting today, including the evaluators, and along with my team, give a report at the end when called upon to say how the meeting has gone, what was really good, and what could be improved. So to help me with my role, we have the Taggle team. The person who's taken up the role of a timer is someone I know from 2016. Back then, he was the president of the club when I just joined. In the last 7 years, I've seen him as an excellent communicator. You can call him a trend setter, because even before he reached 50, he's one of those very few people who decided to take retirement and say that he is going to enjoy life. I do not know how many of the people can actually do something like what he's done. And I really enjoy his stories on Instagram with all the adventures he keeps having. So he is taking up the timer role today, and I would request him to please come on stage to explain his role better. Let's give him a good round of applause.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Anupama, for that wonderful introduction. And let me explain the timer's role to all the audience. As a timer, I'll be responsible to keep track of time taken by all prepared speakers, all the table topics speakers, as well as all the evaluators. I will be showing green, yellow, and red cards to indicate the beginning, middle, midpoint, and the end of the timing slots that are allotted for each of the speakers. If you take a look at my background, this is the green card. Can I just get a nod from someone so that I know everyone is seeing it? Great, thank you. This is the yellow card, and this is the red card. Now, for table topic speakers, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes. So I will show the green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1.3, and red card at 2 minutes. For most of the prepared speeches are between 5 to 7 minute slot. So I will show green card at 5, yellow at 6, and red at 7. If there are any speeches that are following a slightly different time allocation, then I'm sure the TMOD will make us, a Toastmaster of the day will make us aware of what is the time allotted for that speech. As far as evaluations go, the time allotted for evaluators is 2 to 3 minutes. So I will be showing green at 2nd, yellow at 3rd, and red card, yellow at 2.5, and red card at the 3rd minute. And towards the end of the meeting, when the general evaluator asks me to present a report, I will be sharing the report of how much time each of the speaker has taken during today's meeting. That's about it from my side. About the role, over to you, G. Anupam.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sandeep. The person who's taking up the art counter is AHA indeed, the persistent VPE of Gabbys, who doesn't take no for an answer and keeps pushing you till he's ensures that you take up a role in the meeting. A developer and a trainer, he loves storytelling and music. And could I call upon Toastmaster Karthik to explain his role, please?
Thank you, General Evaluator. So I'm being the art counter for today. The purpose of art counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen to overused words including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen to the filler sounds including and er. I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means. At the end of meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karthik. For the grammarian role, the person who's going to take up this role already actually gave us a very good introduction. I'm not sure I'll be able to do justice to it, but he is the sergeant at arms at his club. He loves to solve Rubik's Cube puzzles. I think he already told about how many he has, and I'm very curious to see. And also loves physics. So could I request Toastmaster Sadil Jaya Tilaka, if I pronounced it correctly, to explain his role, please?
Hello, today I am the grammarian and I am your English teacher for today. So I have two jobs. First one is to keep in track of your good use of English as well as the bad use of English. And my second job is to introduce the word of the day. So the word of the day for today is compromise. I'll send you the word in the chat later. So the word of the day for today's meeting is compromise. That means settling down, as well as you can tell it as come to an agreement. Compromise means settle down or come to an agreement. So I'll give you some example. Just think that you are in a meeting and you are hungry. So you can compromise your hunger by turning off your camera and eat your dinner. Okay. Another example. How many of you like chocolates? Suppose your mother has 5 chocolates and she wants to divide those chocolates between you and your sibling, and you ask for more. So she can compromise this problem by dividing the 5 chocolates into halves. And another example, just think that you have health issues. So you can compromise your health issues by engaging in yoga. So those are examples for the use of the word compromise. So it means settle down or come to an agreement. So I'll give my grammarian's report at the evaluation session of this meeting. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Sadil, for a wonderful explanation and also taking us through the word of the day. I will now go to the most important role taker in this session, at least for the evaluation, and that person is going to be listening through the entire session with the ears wide open, and is also going to test our capabilities and how well we've concentrated on the meeting. She is highly qualified. She loves dancing and painting, has been the finalist at the Mrs. India contest, and she just can't get over her motherhood with her 3-year-old son. Could I request TM Shilpi to please explain your role?
Thank you, ma'am, General Evaluator. I am a listener today. So as a listener, I will be keenly listening to all speakers, and at the end, I will come back with question when called upon by General Evaluator, ma'am, to check how attentively you were all listening, because a good listener can be a great speaker. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will now hand back to the Toastmaster of the day, and we look forward to a very nice session.
Thank you, our General Evaluator Toastmaster Anupama. Shall we move to our first session? Today, our first speaker is Toastmaster Sumedha Vemuri. Toastmaster Sumedha is an artist, designer, and storyteller. She is currently works as a graphic designer, specializing in helping people and businesses brand themselves and tell their stories. Today, Toastmaster Sumedha is attempting her Strategic Relationship Path Level 1 project for Part 2, Evaluation and Feedback, second speech. The purpose of this project is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting, as well as the member to demonstrate their ability to deliver an effective, respectful, and speech evaluation. Her speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Amit Otwani. Today, Toastmaster Amit is attending his Level 1 Project 4 Part 3 Evaluation and Feedback in Leadership Development Part. His project objectives is to practice apply feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting, as well as member to deliver constructive feedback on another member's presentation. Toastmaster Amit evaluator will be Toastmaster Priyanka Rannorey. Toastmaster Priyanka and Toastmaster Amit, are you there?
Yes, Sudharma. Hope you can hear me well. This is Amit.
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm there.
So, okay, thank you. Timer, please note that the speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Sumedha Vemuri. It's not what you say, but how you say it. It's not what you say, but how you say it. Toastmaster Sumedha Vemuri.
Thank you very much for that warm introduction and hello everyone. So today I'm going to talk about something that I'd like to term relationship yoga, since we're in the question of yoga, but it's something that not many people compromise on at all. Now, we've all been taught since childhood that honesty is the best policy. Some of us turn it into a personality trait. I'm brutally honest. I say things like it is. And if you can't digest it, that's your problem. Now, Indian families are also known for being very liberal with their honesty. We expect to be fully honest with our kids and expect them to be okay after receiving that. You expect to be completely honest with your partner and then wonder why they're not talking to you after a couple of days, And then you might also be just as honest and candid with, let us say, a coworker or a junior, and then wonder why your equation is no longer the same. You would probably think twice before doing this with a with a senior, or maybe your boss. If you do, you're turned a hero, but at the cost of your job. And when we do it online, we call people out all the time. It's termed being woke. But I say to you that when you're completely honest, are you getting what you require at the end of it? I propose to you instead that it's not what you say, but how you say it that matters. Let's take the feedback situation in Toastmasters itself. While being honest is a good thing, it's also the way you mention things. For example, there's a good mix of the positives and the negatives that a speaker is presented with. Both this balances what a speaker has to work on, and that makes it possible for them to move forward on a positive note. But real life is not always so clear-cut. And unfortunately, I had one such situation that I had to face at work. So a few years ago, in an ad agency, I was asked to look through the article of a new junior writer. Now, in agencies, it's fairly common for people to review each other's work and give each other feedback. This ensures that the message that we're trying to put forward lands properly, and we also end up catching each other's mistakes. But this time, my boss had a very clear instruction. This writer, Selja, had written for a major publication, and my manager's instructions were, Sumedha, do not hold back. Selja needs to go exactly where she's going wrong, otherwise she might lose her job. Now I took a look at Selja's article. The sentences were poorly structured, the grammar was all over the place, and there were some very embarrassing typos over there. But I couldn't say this to her face, could I? So instead, I got her to sit with me with a printout. We went through the article line by line. I outlined what the mistake was, and then I retyped the correct sentence to show her how best to correct it. In less than 30 minutes, that sheet was filled with over 300 markings. And then the dam burst. Selja started bawling. She was in such disarray after that, and she never came back. a few months later, she never came back to work either. And that made me ask myself, where did I go wrong? What do you guys think? Now, feedback is an essential part of my work, as I mentioned. And I can't possibly have people bursting into tears every time I have a conversation with them about their work, right? Because what do you do when someone's work is not an error, not a mistake, not a blunder, but a gigantic disaster? How do you communicate what they need to know? And with this question, I was faced with another situation. Indu was a video editor in the same firm. Now, Indu was fairly efficient at multiple things. She was very good at getting things done, she was on time, and she was good at checking things off in a systematic manner. But she had a fatal flaw, and that was the videos she edited were very, very haphazard. They were of poor quality, choppily done, and they looked like the work of an amateur. Certainly not what you would expect to represent a company. I didn't want a repeat of what happened with Selja. So what do I say to her? I asked Indu to come and sit down with me and explain to me what she would do if she were to edit a 2-hour video. And she said, I just take 20 minutes. I mean, I trim the beginning, trim the end, add some music, put intro, outro, over. Then I asked her to shift her perspective a little bit and think about a good movie. That a good movie works not just because of, let us say, the actors and the director, but somebody a little more important, the editor. The editor is the highest paid other than the writer, editor, and the cast, and the film goes unscrutinized, and it basically is gone through over and over again until the story is communicated the way it's supposed to be. And Indu, as the editor in our organization, was the gatekeeper of quality that we had to. And that put a smile on her face. I asked her to consider her work not as a task to be checked off, but as an art. And with this, her mindset changed and her work improved by over 200%. From the choppy Instagram reel type work, she started producing work that could easily be on most of these educational websites like a Coursera or a Udemy. And the best part was she was actually telling our boss sometime, I managed to overhear it, that she preferred taking feedback from me over others because I made her feel good about the changes that she wanted to make. Now, let's go back to the beginning of the speech. If you remember that phrasing, I'm brutally honest. The key word here is not the word honest, but the word brutal. If you care about giving the truth to someone, then you would give it to them in a way they can understand. You would give it to them in a way they can digest, in a way they can handle, and in a way that they can adapt positively to make the change that you want. So is the goal honesty or change? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Thank you.
Shall we have a big round of applause to our speaker one, Toastmaster Sumedha? Toastmaster Sumedha, today also I had the same question what you asked. Today I had to face some problem with my boss and he nicely appreciated me and show me my weakness. I also wanted to ask, sir, you are doing Toastmasters, so, but in future I will ask. Today I couldn't ask. That's how he is, like how we say. Thank you for the message and looking forward to your speeches also. Now let's move on to our second speaker, Toastmaster Smruti as Mohanty. Toastmaster Smruti is an MBA graduate and a certified soft skill trainer. She has 8 years of experience in B2B corporate sales. She has already completed one path. Today, she is attempting her Motivation Strategies Path Level 5, Project 1, Part 2, Team Building Second Speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to practice the skills needed to build a cohesive team and host an event. And also, for the second speech, for the member to share some aspect of her experience building a team and leading a team building event. The evaluator speaker is Distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Distinguished Toastmaster Sourav, are you there?
I am there. Thank you.
Thank you. Timer, please note that the speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Smruti as Mohanty. Synergy, the building block. Synergy, the building block. Toastmaster Smruti as Mohanty.
No one can whistle a symphony. It takes a whole orchestra to play it. I'm positive you might have come through such fancy yet empowering code which reflects teamwork in different aspects of your life. But did you ever wonder what does it take to build a team, create a momentum, and retain those skilled members back? Well, the building blocks are a blockbuster team building event, a fine touch of app leadership skill, and an art of synergy to it. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, in that super set of team building, leadership, and harmony, I am just a subset. Today, I'm here to share a slice of my life, its building blocks, and the act of synergy to it. The story flies back to December 2022 when I joined a program called Speechcraft to enhance my public speaking skill. In the course of time, I got my Speechcraft certificate, joined Toastmaster after a gap, and completed a circle by being on the other side of the table. Today, I'm standing on the other side of the table as a coordinator of a fresh Speechcraft batch of future public speakers. Now, the program was not a one-man show. The building blocks are the members with experience in public speaking, with exposure to public speaking platform, and most importantly, with an intent to support budding speakers. 5 speech crafters were allocated to me, and I had to build the rest of the team to run the entire show. With my limited expertise, I managed to pick a diverse group of Toastmasters with their respective proficiency. To keep the show running, I had to ensure the entire team is dwelling well, both Toastmasters and speech crafters. They're pumped up to work together by actively taking up roles in a meeting. 14th October, our very first scheduled meeting. I woke up at 4 a.m., got freshened up, made my hair, wore my black dress, put a red lipstick, and I was all set to meet the entire team at 6 a.m. First day, first disappointment. People didn't show up on time. Few managed to join after 20 minutes. Without wasting much time, I started assigning them certain roles like mentors, evaluators, table topic master, timer, etc., completely based on my understanding. There was a lack of interest on few faces, but I royally ignored them. We wind up the meeting and planned to reconnect in a gap of 2 weeks. In that interim period, I kept on sending task reminders, presentation, and documents for action. But not even a single person bothered to respond or reply, not even to acknowledge. No collaboration, no ownership of task, nothing. I felt humiliated, which made me think with great power comes great responsibility. And I was not ready to compromise at the cost of the overall goal of the Speechcraft meeting. I did my homework to understand each team member, their experience, their expertise, and the factors which drive their motivation. To make them feel involved and belong, I started by knowing them and letting them know each other. I asked them to share goals and interests and pick their role at their own wish. Suddenly, I started noticing DMs in my WhatsApp from teammates. Finally, a good start of involvement. Few individuals were hesitating to pick up roles because of many reasons, lack of confidence, fear of failure, or they were finding difficult to answer the thought-provoking question, what's in it for me? As a coordinator, I pitched in and helped them to identify that answer, convince them to take that leap of faith with me. Though I believe in democracy, but few tasks which needed immediate attention and action. Hence, I sat on the authoritative throne, set some strict guidelines which helped us as a team to function properly. As a team, we identified our individual goals and aligned them to make it our entire team goal. After 14 days, we reconnected. I woke up at 4 a.m., got freshened up, made my hair, wore my different black dress, put on my red lipstick, and I was all set to meet them at 6 a.m. 10 past 6, and people started showing up slowly. In attendance on that day. We discussed the agenda, had insightful discussions, agreements, and a lot of disagreements. It's been more than a month now. We identified our building blocks and managing to run the entire show smoothly till date. I'll not say that we are a family now, but I can proudly admit that we have come a long way till here. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, always remember, a passionate individual is the building block of a powerful team. And it's the collaborative work which brings the entire synergy. Because no one can whistle a symphony. It always takes a whole orchestra to play it. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Can we have a big round of applause to our Toastmaster Smruti for her great speech? Yeah, building blocks. Yeah, I also experienced same thing in our Toastmasters clubs because there were many reasons to refrain from doing a Toastmasters meeting, but as a team, we could do our last meeting in our home club as Toastmasters Smruti also attended that one. Yeah, it is synergy. Our general Evaluator also told that is the synergy of the group. I experienced it. Thank you, Toastmasters Smruti, for the message, and I am also looking forward to do like that in future. So, timer, can I know that? Are there any disqualifications in our speeches?
No, there are no disqualifications. Both the speakers were well within the time.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Sandeep. Soon, Master, can we launch the poll for best speaker?
Sudharma, so we will be launching all the polls at the end of meeting by
Okay.
sharing a Google form. So you can
Okay.
go ahead and
Okay.
go ahead with the break, 5 minutes.
Okay. Shall we have a break for 5 minutes now? 8:13. We will meet 8:18. Toastmaster Karthik, you want me to share music?
I'm playing just a minute.
Welcome back, Toastmasters and guests. Shall we move to our theme? I would like to invite all to switch on your camera. Toastmaster Smruti, Toastmaster Priyanka. Can you remember the 5 points of yoga which I told you earlier? 5 points of yoga, Toastmaster Smruti, can you remember? First one is asana. Second one, you can remember. Pranayama, Savasana, vegetarian, and meditation.
Sudharma,
Can
do you
you-
remember my mantra?
Om or something, no? Om. It is Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om.
Not home. I said HOME, home.
Home. Yeah, I can remember. But what I know is Om. 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 Tum. Three sides and Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. That is the opening of the yoga. Now I would like to know, ask from you, how many asanas in basic asanas in yoga? Toastmaster Priyanka may know. Toastmaster Priyanka, how many basic asanas in yoga?
There are 5. If you ask me to name them, it will be challenging for me to name them. I've always had a challenge with remembering the names.
Yeah, I also got to know all the asanas for today's theme because I was learning, but I didn't know exactly. Today I got to know the asanas. Then another Toastmaster, would you like to try how many basic asanas in
Yeah, I know.
yoga?
I know.
Huh?
I know. Yeah. Okay,
How many?
Sumedha wants to go. Yeah, Sumedha, please go on.
I
How many?
don't know. You did mention pranayama and shavasana
Yeah.
among all of them. So, but I guess if I start counting all the asanas in the Hatha Yoga, we'll have a long way to go. So the ones I know off the top of my head are your shavasana, obviously, pranayam, and the sequence in Surya Namaskara, but that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, pranayama is a breathing technique. Shavasana is a relaxation technique. Basically, 12 asanas in Hatha Yoga. Let me share my screen for you to know the. Let me just give me 10 seconds. Yeah. I will share the screen. Okay. There are 12 asanas in this Hatha Yoga. First one is headstand, Sirasasana. That is the king of asanas. in our Hatha Yoga, it is saying it is a king of asana. This is headstand. You can see, I think, headstand. Other one is Sarvangasana, shoulder stand. Other one is Halasana, Madhyasana. And I am familiar with that Sanskrit, some word, that's why I am telling that Paschimuttanasana, sitting forward bend, Cobra, Salabhasana, Dandrasana. And this one is half spinal twist, crow, standing forward bend, and triangle. Those are the 12 asanas. Then can anyone of you tell me how many asanas can I perform? I am an intermediate student actually, this month onward. Last month I am a beginner. Can you guess how many asanas which I can perform in these 12 asanas? Any guess?
6.
6, okay.
12.
12, who is that?
Toastmasters.
Okay, thank you for telling that. Actually, in our beginner class, we are doing up to shoulder stand. Intermediate class only, we are going to do headstand. It is a very difficult task. Actually, I can only perform nine asanas. And can you guess what are the asanas I can't perform? Actually, you can see straight away and tell me what are the asanas I can't perform. Cobra.
Headstand.
Okay. Headstand. Okay.
You can't
Another
perform. Okay.
Huh?
You can't perform, right? Which are the asanas you can't perform?
Yeah.
Crow.
Crow.
Who is saying that? Shilpi, no? Okay. Okay. Crow is the one I can't perform. Actually, I couldn't because it wants so much energy to my hand. I can't balance it. It was not done. Actually, for the first time, I couldn't do it. I have never done it. Thank you, Toastmaster Shilpi. Then Cobra, I am also doing like a part of sun salutation. Sun salutation is this stretching method. We are using it to like a warm up and stretching. For this Cobra is a part of sun salutation. So I am doing it. What I can't do is headstand because headstand we want to strengthen our shoulders and hands. Actually, I am practicing because for that we have to practice the dolphin. There is a dolphin asana and then dolphin method. I don't think it is an asana. And we have to tip walk like that. We have to walk with our tips and practice for that Sirasasana, that is headstand. I think I want to get another month to practice. Other one is that Halasana. Shoulder stand I can perform, but Halasana I have to balance my hands in the floor. Still I am trying 50% I can do, but 100% I am unable to do. And crow. Those are the 3 I can't. Up to now, within 1 month I will be able to do. That is my target. So, my Toastmasters. Let me stop my sharing and shall we go to our session of today's meeting, that is evaluation session. For that I would like to invite our general evaluator Toastmaster Anupama. Toastmaster Anupama, over to you.
Table topics.
Oh, sorry, very sorry.
It's okay.
This is the second session of today's meeting, table topic session. For that, we have special Toastmasters in today's meeting. He is Toastmaster Raja Balaji. Toastmaster Raja is working as a network engineer in Chennai. Reading is his hobby and he likes to travel and explore many places. Toastmaster Raja, over to you.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master. Very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. I'm Toastmaster Raja Balaji, or Table Topic Master for today's meeting. The purpose of the table topic is to facilitate table topics where members and guests will be given topics to practice their impromptu speaking skills. You will be given time limit of 2 minutes. You want to speak upon that. At 1 minute, green card will be shown. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, yellow card will be shown. And 2 minutes, red card will be shown. And you will be given 30 seconds grace period. You want to wrap up within that time period. So I like to call the first tabletop topic speaker, Toastmaster Manvi Kumar. Are you ready? Toastmaster Manvi?
Raja, I think Manvi is not in the meeting.
Okay.
You can pick Keshav.
Okay. Toastmaster Kesav, are you ready?
Yes, Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kesav. Your topic goes like this. Your body hears everything your mind says. Stay positive. Your body hears everything your mind says. Stay positive. Over to you, Kesav.
Your body hears everything what your mind says. Stay positive. Well, there is a connection between your body and mind, we all know. And once we start into the meditation and yoga, we actually realize that how powerful our mind can work in coordination with the body. Once we actually utilized that potential of our mind, when we actually able to establish the connection between mind and the body, then then an individual can truly become unstoppable. When you have the total control of your body with your mind, when you have that simulation, that synchronization of your body with the mind, then you are the one who will gonna rock at any field if you want to desire. Well, it is one of the to achieving that mind and body connection, you can do several yogas, you can meditate, you can just simply sit by yourself idly, and you can explore yourself, whatever way it is for you, or whatever desirable way if you want to achieve it. And once you are able to establish that connection, so you can quickly able to manage your things into beautiful way. You would be efficient in your work, you would be able to manage the things more synchronization, and you would be doing better in your life. And I guess this is one of the purpose of yoga and the meditation, that making ourselves better and building that connection within ourselves and knowing ourselves into better way. So yeah, this is all about the topic. Over to you, Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kesav, for a wonderful speech. Next, I like to call Toastmaster Samita to take up the topic. Toastmaster Samita, are you ready?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Your topic goes like this. Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. Over to you, Toastmaster Samita.
Body. That is what we have got when we entered this earth. Do we need to take care of it? Even if we don't take care of it, it grows. Every single day it is growing. Why do I need to take care of it? Come your teenage years, eat whatever you want, sleep whenever you want. Your body grows. But then appears that first pimple on your face. Oh my God, that's a scary thought. And suddenly you find your whole face covered with those red pimples. You scramble to find out what solution can you get. External ones, of course. Where do we have time to listen to our body speak? And then slowly realization dawns. My body has to be taken care from inside. Hit your 30s, metabolism slowing, you listen to your body. You start thinking about what to cut down and what to do. You start drinking water, eating clean. In your 40s and 50s, you were so in sync with your body. Because that is the time the body tells you whatever you put inside is what you will get outside. And suddenly all the aches and pains and hair loss and tooth loss is what makes us wake up to the reality that I need to take care of my body. Whatever I eat is what my body gets as nutrition. I eat nutritious food, I eat my carbs right, I eat my protein right, I eat my fats right, and definitely my body will protect me. My body will always be there, radiant, glowing. We look back to what our parents and grandparents have been eating, and suddenly we discover, wow, these are the miracle foods. This is what I need to eat. And when you are progressing in your life, you always look back to the food that you're putting in. Thank you, and over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters Amita, for that enlightenment speech. Next, I'd like to call Deepesh Kumar to take up the topic. Are you ready, Toastmaster Deepesh?
Yes, please.
Thank you so much. Your topic goes like this. A healthy outside starts from the inside. A healthy outside starts from the inside. Over to you.
Healthy outside?
Starts from inside.
Okay, healthy outside starts from inside. There was one of my friends in my college days. Like, so what he did was we used to attend college every day, and he was one of those person who never used to attend college. And I used to wonder, like, what's wrong with him? Why is he not attending college? And despite knowing that if he fails to attend or require or meet the required benchmark of attendance percentage, he might not be allowed to give examinations. So one fine day, we just went out of the college and we were just hanging out, sitting in the tea stall. And we found him smoking cigarettes. And we just had a casual talk about it. And he said, okay, he'll be joining the college soon. Days passed by and we saw him again smoking cigarettes and getting into other forms of drugs. And I was wondering, what's wrong with this guy? So one fine day, just the months passed by, and one fine day, I'm just sitting with him alone. And I asked him, hey, buddy, what's wrong with you? Like, he was hesitant to answer all the questions, but I was just curious, like, hey, buddy, what's up? Is everything fine at your end? And he says, when I was in 12th grade, I was cheated by a woman. My girlfriend left me for another man. And that's the reason I'm into drugs. So barely at the age of 16, he got into such kind of things. Is just for one woman, he destroyed his entire life, getting into something which there is just no return. Barely at the age of 16, you have no idea what is love, you have no idea what is career. At the peak years of his life, at the age of 18 and 19, what he did was drug addict. He wasn't really mentally fit. Just for one obsession, just to win her back, just to overcome that grief and anxiety, which he thought was the best woman for his. He hasn't seen the life. It's just like he has just played the T20 match, but not the entire 50 overs. So, ladies and gentlemen, when we are not fit inside, it just reflects and it just manifests in the other forms of illnesses which we develop over the time. If we just don't have zeal to become better, or sometimes we are just not so mentally fit, I think most likely we should go and check up to our friends and share our problems rather than getting into something which is just, there is just no return. Over to you, Tabletop Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepesh. Yes, absolutely right. Everything starts from within. Next, I'd like to call distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Toastmaster Sourav Dutta, are you ready?
Yes.
Thank you. The topic goes like this. The groundwork for all happiness is good health. The groundwork for all happiness is good health. Over to you.
And I absolutely disagree with this particular statement. But this is not me that disagreed with this statement, Table Topic Master. This was mostly me 20 or 30 years back who would totally disagree with this statement. And I think all of us at that particular age group would disagree with this statement. Who cares about good health? What we need is a good life, right? And a good life is good booze, good food, good parties, and long nights, probably into the wee hours of morning. Like most of you, or maybe at least a few of you, I have had that definition of a good life. And I continue to do that till one day it so happened that as I was walking in to my office, I felt a tinge of pain in the backside. Like, it's okay, it happens. Must be sitting for long hours or something like that. Didn't care much. The pain started aggravating and I kept on ignoring. Because as I said, I was leading a good life. Part of that was playing cricket as well. And I went to play cricket with the back pain, did a brilliant fielding, and lied down on the ground there, not to celebrate, but in pain. My colleagues took me to the hospital. The doctor looked at me, asked me to walk, and I could barely take 5 steps. My right leg had become totally incapacitated. And the doctor said, you have a slip disc and it's in a very bad situation. You need to go for surgery. I asked him why. Why this happened? I said, because you royally ignored your health. Obesity, lifestyle disease, common ailments. And that day, I realized that everything good in life starts with your good health. So while you still have time, invest in this goodness. Table topic master.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta, for sharing your story. I would like to call Toastmaster Karthik to take up the topic. Toastmaster Karthik, are you ready?
Yes. Okay.
Thank you. The topic goes like this. Excuses don't burn calories. Excuses don't burn calories. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you for the topic. And I truly agree to this, where excuses really don't burn calories, wherein it may burn your pocket, that is your money, wherein if you don't burn calories, one or the other day, these calories may accumulate in your body so much that you have to burn your money in hospital. So that is the reason burning calorie is good. And to let you all know that I was also facing a obesity problem maybe like 3 years back, and I was around like 88 kgs, 88 kilos in weight, and my height is 5.8, and according to my body mass index I should be around like 68 kgs. And to all let you know that because of this obesity, I was lethargic. I was always feeling lazy, and I was not able to perform basic tasks. All the time I used to give excuses. And I did join gym, and I joined gym paid membership for 1 year, but I was not able to burn my calories because each and every day I was giving excuses to myself that it's okay, we'll go tomorrow, we'll go next day. But that didn't happen, and I was the only thing what I did, I dreamt myself in a good shape. So that actually, wherein APJ Abdul Kalam said that dream, 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 so that one day dream comes into picture. So this way, with this quote of APJ Abdul Kalam, I started burning my calories. I joined a cult. So there is a cult called in India, wherein it's a good place where you can go and burn your calories with very good high intensity workouts. And after maybe like I think 2 years, since 2 years, I have been following my fitness regime in a very good manner with a good disciplined diet, with good disciplined workouts every day. And that after seeing right now, I'm very energetic, as you can see. And with this, I can say that you shouldn't give excuses. You should burn your calories, so that burning calories will make you more energetic, and burning calories will make you what is expected from you, and it will bring out the best from you. Back to you, Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karthik, for that amazing speech. I'd like to call Toastmaster Priyanka to take up the topic. Toastmaster Priyanka, are you ready? Are you ready? I can't hear you.
Yes. Now can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
Thank you so
yes.
much. The topic goes like this. Strive for progress, not for perfection. Strive for progress, not for perfection. Over to you.
I completely actually agree with this topic. And the reason I'll tell you why. There was a time in my life where I was only focusing on perfection. And I don't know why was I always striving for perfection, but probably it was something in me or something that I always saw in my environment. You know, everything very organized, well, perfect. And I always saw things that way. Even if a little bit of things were not in its right place, it kind of used to annoy me a lot. And to be very honest, I was bullied a lot in the entire group of my cousins because of this habit of mine, because I was a very, very organized person. Everything has to be on its place, from the time I step out to the time I enter back to my place. And because of this perfection kind of an habit that I had, or you can call this where obsession compulsion disorder, because of this kind of habit that I had, it kind of gave me a lot of my cousins had a kind of, they grew a kind of anger towards me because I was always compared. And it took me a long time to realize that everything in life is not perfect. It is something that we need to look forward in life is what is right at that point of time. And perfection is a definition for everyone is very different, which I never understood that at one point of time. It took me a good number of years to literally understand this part that everybody are different. And if you need to progress in life, you need to be very accepting towards how your environment is or people around you are. If you start comparing them the way you perceive things, then your life will always drag you down, or you'll keep derailing instead of progressing. And I was being very fortunate that I had right people around me at the very right time before I could derail and let this entire thing affect me in a very wrong way. Help me understand how important is even imperfection, and how perfection in my definition doesn't have to be perfection for another person. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priyanka, for that wonderful speech. Timer, do we have time for next topic, next speaker?
Yes, Raja, you have time.
Okay. Next, I'd like to call Amit, Toastmaster Amit. Are you ready?
Yes. Just give me a second.
Amit, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready now. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you. The topic goes like this. The mind is like a parachute. It works best when it opens. Mind is like a parachute. It works best when it opens.
So I think I kind of completely agree with that statement of mind is like a parachute. It works when it completely opens. A lot of times, I think, we would have seen that we are stuck in situations and we are always thinking about situations, with our phone during our sleep, talking to our colleagues. But I don't think so we are able to come out with the solutions. However, once we actually open up our minds to different ideas, different arguments, we research, on the net, we go out and talk to our friends, we go out and talk to our workers. It gives us a very different kind of a perspective. In a way, it actually opens up our mind to different perspectives which might be possible. We would have always thought about a particular situation in a particular way, but the other person is somehow able to always convince us with their logic, with their rationale of another thought process also which is there. I think it's important for us to keep ourselves rejuvenated through different areas which could be there. Now, through different techniques also which could be there. Say, for example, reading a book. You get an idea and it opens you up with different perspectives. You experiment a new activity. In fact, I'm just talking about Toastmasters right now. It was an experiment for me. I just wanted to experiment myself in a new situation, and it's quite worked well for me from there on. Similarly, I think it's important for each one of us to open up our minds to newer perspectives in life and then see the magic of newer ideas come in and happen to us. With that, back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amit. I totally agree with you. By reading a book itself says we are open-minded person. I would like to call Toastmaster Sadil to take up the topic. Toastmaster Sadil, are you ready?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Your topic goes like this. Fall in love with taking care of yourself. Fall in love with take care of yourself. Over to you.
Can you repeat the topic, please?
Fall in love with take care of yourself. Fall in love with take care of yourself.
Okay. So we are all born on earth in the hands of our parents, and they took care of us. Even when we are going to school on those younger days, they, hold our hands and brought us to the school. And we grew up, and growing up means being independent. When you are growing up, you gather a lot of experience. You will meet a lot of people. And from those exposure, you will learn how to love yourself. Just take care of yourself, being independent. So you are not independent when you are born, but growing up, gathering experience, gathering exposure, you will get a lot of, you will become more independent. Let me give you an example. Whenever I had an exam, when I was in grade 10 or grade 8, I studied just weeks before exam. My mother used to scold me. What are you doing? Okay, you are playing games, watching TV, playing with your friends just weeks before exam. But now, just 2 days or 3 days before exam, you are not sleeping, you are studying and studying and studying. But when I reached my grade 12 and after finishing my ordinary studies, I learned how to study myself. I reduced my playing of games, going out with my friends. I became more independent. I search webs, I search for a lot of information, and I learned how to study myself, how to learn new things just with the things around myself. So that's what we call being independent. So the greatest thing you can achieve is being independent. Okay, hope you can achieve it very soon. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Raja Balaji.
Thank you so much, Sadil, for that wonderful speech. I would like to call Toastmaster Smruti to take up the topic. Toastmaster Smruti, are you ready?
I think she is not in the meeting now.
You can give topic to Sudharma.
Okay. Toastmaster Sudharma, are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, your topic goes like this. Wake up with determination, go to bed with satisfaction. Wake up with determination, go to bed with satisfaction. Over to you.
How many of you wake up with determination? How many of you go to bed with satisfaction? can I show the hands of our Toastmasters? Toastmaster Karthik, you are having determination and satisfaction.
Satisfaction depends. Every day it doesn't happen.
Toastmaster Priyanka also. All of the Toastmasters having determination and satisfaction. Do you know, in my life, always I am thinking, when I am sleeping only I am doing the determination. When I am getting up, I have satisfaction because I have good sleep. But again, next day, I am going to sleep with determination and waking up with satisfaction because I am a lover of sleep. I want to sleep more in morning, evening, anytime in my home, I can sleep. That is my satisfaction. When we come to talk about determination, I have a lot of determinations. In these days, yoga. That's why I missed this third session to second session because I was more into headstand these days. That is my determination when I'm riding my bike, when I'm going to my work, when I'm in the class, yoga class. I'm thinking how I do my headstand. This is my only target. That is my determination. When I'm doing short stand, I practice more days in my home to be familiar with that. Then I got satisfaction because I could it 2-3 tries. Then with that I am going to work and all with determination. And when I am doing only, when I am completed it only, I got satisfaction. That is human nature, I think. So let's have determination when we are going to sleep, and we have satisfaction when we are getting up. It's my motto. Thank you, Toastmaster Raja.
You're on mute, Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sudharma, for that wonderful speech. Now I'd like to call Mitta M. Shaha. Toastmaster Mitta M. Shaha, are you available? Are you ready?
This would be last topic, Toastmaster Raja. Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, I'm
Toastmaster.
available. Yes, happy
Okay.
evening. I am joined just now.
Okay. The topic goes like this: success starts with self-discipline. Success starts with self-discipline. Over to you.
Okay. Yes. When success, like we think always to do the best work, but best work is done. But only thing is, when we have a discipline, and then discipline, that doesn't mean that we should be in a thing. But when we do any work, like as any role of a thing, but should be a determination, dedication. Then the discipline also is counted. So when 3Ds will be there, we can reach to the success. The success only doesn't comes on the way, but success, we have to work hard for that, and we have to think, work, and on that. So because 3 principles, we can follow up 3 Ps, like passion, then perfection, and peace, patience also. And this 3 Ps and 3 Ds helps us, and even the time management, this all helps us to reach for the success. Without that, success is not coming to on the way. So to reach success, we need to do hard work, keep focus on our work, and concentration. Back to the table topic master. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mitta, for that amazing speech. With this, I'm ending my table topic session. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Sudharma.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja Balaji. Shall we have a big round of applause to our Toastmaster Raja Balaji for bringing us that wonderful topics? Each topic has something to tell me, and I also wanted to try because it was very good topics, and I like the topics. Thank you, Toastmaster Balaji, once again. Now, I would like to ask Toastmaster Sandeep, our timer, are there any disqualifications in table topics?
We just have, sorry, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, we just have one disqualification. That would be Toastmaster Dipesh Kumar. He exceeded 2-minute 30-second limit. Everybody else is within time limit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sandeep. we will launch the best table topic evaluation at the end of the meeting. So, shall we move to our third session, that is general evaluation session. For that, I would like to invite Toastmaster Anupama to conduct the general evaluation session. Toastmaster Anupama, over to you.
Thank you, Sudharma. We'll start the my general evaluation session with the evaluation session. I'd like to call the first evaluator of the first speaker, who is a director with the Human Capital Consulting. He's a Toastmaster. He's joint Toastmaster with the aim of becoming a motivational speaker. Let's put our hands together for the first evaluator, Toastmaster Amit.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Anupama. You can hear me well, right? Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right. So, first of all, Sumedha, Toastmaster Sumedha, many congratulations to you on completing your speech today. I know that you were looking at strategic relationship as one of the parts, and you were attempting level 1, project 4. I think if I were to take your feedback, and let me first start with some of the recommendations. Sorry, let me start with some of the commendations first. So I think your speech was very well structured. From the structure of the speech, you started with giving us an intro about the speech, then you went into describing some of the situations also which you had with your colleagues, Indu and Shelja. So I think it was quite a well structured kind of a speech. You have used the art of the technique of storytelling in terms of your speech, where you have described about how you provided feedback to Shelja, and she did not appreciate. In fact, she left the organization in a couple of months. So that's a very good way of doing a comparison also. People are able to relate to exactly what you are saying, and then with Indu, the way you provided that feedback, actually it helped her shine out in the entire process. So I think that was the art of storytelling, and also using simultaneously what do we say is contrast in terms of the speech, so that people are able to get your message very well. So I think that was very well done. I think one of the feedbacks which you had shared was that you don't occupy center of the stage. So I saw that you were occupying the center of the space, the space or the stage. I would suggest that you come slightly more forward, so that typically what we see is that at least 2/3 of that space which is there, that should get occupied by the speaker. So maybe just come forward a bit. I know you were standing and delivering that speech, so that's also well done. That actually tells you about the preparation which is there from your side. Some of the recommendations, Sumedha, from my side. Now, one of the things which you have yourself mentioned is that you will want to show a lot of drama and energy as part of the speech. But that's something which was missing, which is to say that the vocal variety which is there, it could have been much better. Let me take an example. When you were giving that feedback to Shelja, and she started brawling, okay, and there were tears on her eyes, so show some drama over there. I think in Toastmasters I've also seen that I struggle with that vocal variety, because typically we are delivering office talks, presentations and all of that, so we don't have that drama around us. We just deliver straight round presentation. But I think somehow we have to practice and come up with that approach. The second thing is that at some point of time, the audience, I'm sure it would have happened that they would have become slightly thought that the speech is getting monotonous. So give us some flavor in terms of the drama which you are already thinking about. From an overall perspective, I would see that you have also used brutally as a word, so that was a good illustration. So I think from an overall perspective, a good speech delivered. All the best for the evaluation section, Sumedha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amit. I think that was a wonderful sandwich evaluation. You gave some good commendations and then also recommendations. Just as a feedback, I think you could have, tried and seen how you can actually give her it needs to be structured in a manner that you start talking in the beginning about what's good and then talk about recommendations. So what happened was somewhere in between you brought it in to say you had not occupied the center, but you occupied the center, you could have come in the front and then went on to say that it's a, you'll now move on to the recommendation. So maybe a little bit of structuring could have been bought. And when you actually talk about a feedback, just try and see if you can give some more examples. Like, you know, what I really liked about her speech was her personal experience. I think the minute she gives a personal experience, a story becomes more credible. So maybe bring in some differences so that it makes your evaluation a little different from the others. Otherwise, a wonderful job, and let's give a good round of applause to both the speaker and the evaluator. I'd like to now call upon the second evaluator, who I think is synonymous with Gabbys. I at least believe that no meeting of Gabbys happens without him. And he is a 2-time DTM, a 3-time Triple Crown awardee, and is none other than Toastmasters Sourav. Dutta. Could I request you to please give your evaluation? And because he is participating in the area contest, which is happening on Saturday, I would request all of you to also, rather he would request, he would really appreciate if you all can send a personal message on his evaluation. Over to you, Sourav.
As someone who's orchestrated this entire symphony of the Speechcraft program, designed it, I can totally relate with your speech, Smruti. The struggle, the excitement, the hope that you talked about, that's something that I always had from the very first day. Today, when I've got, I think, close to more than 60 people have participated in the Gabbys Speechcraft program, in the 2 editions that we have had of the Speechcraft program. And I still have the same kind of anxiety and the same kind of hope with this entire program. Thank you for reminding me why and where and all it how started and the challenges that you faced. Very clearly, your objective was to inspire us using your experience of conducting the Speechcraft program. And you did that beautifully by doing a couple of things. One, you had a very vivid description. If after this meeting, at the end of this meeting, if the listener asks anyone this question, what color dress was Smruti wearing? I think everyone would be able to answer that. Or at what time did she join the meeting? Everyone will be able to answer that. Now, that is something that you did a very good job. And you also had sprinkles of humor everywhere. It was the right dose, not too much of humor so that we don't get lost in the humor, the message still gets delivered, but easy enough for us to enjoy your speech. The technique that you used of storytelling, you had a classic monomyth storytelling where there was a hero's journey, the problem, the solution, the results, wonderfully structured. Now, such a wonderful speech deserves some useful recommendations. So here are a couple of recommendations from my side. First of all, Smruti, slow down. Your speech had a lot for us to absorb. Your journey, your challenges, what happened, what worked, what did not work. And as you rushed through it, I was losing my chain of thought. I was losing the ability to capture that. As an evaluator, when I was writing down the notes, you were just jumping from one point to another. So that's something that I want you to consider, slow down. The second one, you talked about 3 blocks in the beginning. Where were they at the end? You never went back to them. You never talked about it. You did not connect your story back to the 3 blocks in a way so that we remember. Just as I said, if the listener asks anyone what color dress you were wearing, everyone will be able to answer it. I'm not too sure if he asks what were the 3 blocks, if everyone will be able to answer it or anyone will be able to answer that. And finally, the conclusion. Well, repeating the opening quote, you could have done better in terms of thinking a different quote or probably a different action or a different ending. That would have added an extra zing to your speech. To sum it up, a wonderful story, inspirational message, very well delivered through humor, personal experiences, details, vivid description. If you slow down a bit, if you work a little bit on the opening, the conclusion, and have a little bit of a consistency and reiteration of the core message, this would be one of the best speeches. Thank you. Back to you, G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sourav. I'm going to take a few minutes more just because, I'd like to take this opportunity to give Toastmaster Sourav feedback on his evaluation. I personally love the way you started your evaluation. I think anybody who hears that, where you're actually ensuring that the speaker feels really nice by telling you what you really liked about the speech. You also took a lot of pain to talk about what the objective was and whether the objective was met or not. And for example, you went into how the speech was about inspiring, how vivid the description was, that she brought in humor. But I felt, see, the whole concept here is to ensure that the audience are inspired, right? So maybe instead of saying that, just talking about the description she gave or just talking about the humor that was brought in, maybe if you could give an example of how her speech actually inspired you, because you can't be talking on behalf of the audience, you're talking only on behalf of yourself. So that's something you can think of instead of just saying it was very inspirational because it had vivid description and humor. Maybe you could tell how it inspired you to do something. Another thing was you spoke about certain recommendations, and I thought they were very useful, especially when you spoke about slow down. Yes, it had a lot of material. It was too difficult for people to absorb. And also it's true that we all remember the dress and the lipstick she used. I'm sure all of us did that. But you told a statement here saying anyone, I'm not sure anyone would have absorbed, which means you're speaking on behalf of the audience. And I think the first and foremost thing that an evaluator needs to do is to speak for himself and not the audience. So these are some of the observations I had, but otherwise, we all know that you're a fantastic speaker. We really wish you all the best and hope to see you the area champion very soon. So I'll move on to the third evaluator for today, which is who's evaluating Toastmaster Amit. Who is no stranger? She is no stranger to Gabbys. You write a message, you'll see a prompt reply from her. There's a vacant role, she steps in to take up the role. A very enthusiastic person. I have not interacted much with her, but I've seen her more in some personal messages as well as how she is speaking in the group. And I'm sure she's a wonderful person to be around with. She's also enthusiastic, fitness freak, and loves traveling. So I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Priyanka to evaluate Toastmaster Amit.
Thank you, General Evaluator. For the Toastmasters, dear guest, and Toastmaster Amit in particular. Toastmaster Amit, a great evaluation. And as the General Evaluator also did mention earlier, you did try to apply the sandwich technique. You very keenly listened to the speaker and you did have good points that you picked up about the strengths of the speaker, where the speech was well structured. You did identify the speaker's strength, which is a storytelling style. The speaker's style of speaking, that was a storytelling style. And you did bring touch about certain points about the feedback of evaluation that was given earlier and what was applied. If I had to nitpick, with your permission, if I were to give few points, I felt these were certain areas that could have been touched upon. The first thing was, as it was mentioned earlier, the feedback given by the speaker were on three aspects, and one aspect was added by the speaker. One aspect was occupying the stage. And as per the earlier feedback, the speaker was only using one side of the stage. Definitely, there was a slight improvement where the speaker went front and back, which you did mention about it, touch base of it. But I felt the stage could have been much more well used, where as the speaker was, when the speaker started, could have used the center of the stage, and as the speaker progressed to the stories, could have gone to the left or towards the right side of the stage. That is something which I felt. And also when the speaker chose to go front and back, I felt when the speaker was talking about the negative about the speech, usually when a speaker speaks something about the negative, it's usually the speaker takes one step back, and only when they're stressing on the positive, the speaker goes one step front. That is something, a recommended style when you are trying to portray something, when you're trying to use the stage. I felt that could have been elaborated a little more, though since you're sitting, it was a little difficult to demonstrate it, but could have probably very detailedly put across how the speaker could have used the stage if required. The second was interaction with the audience. I felt that could have been a little more better. I felt you could have touched based on this point, where only in the beginning the speaker tried to have an interaction with the audience, but after that was completely rhetorical questions. I felt it could have been a combination of both. And every time she went to a story, the first story or the second story, she could have put across to the audience saying, did you ever face such a situation, and asked for an emoji of raising hands. Because in an online setup, getting everyone's confirmation could have been a challenge. And now you did touch base about the speaker did try to say that she would like to focus or bring in a little bit of drama in the speech. And you mentioned that she could have applied vocal variety. Absolutely perfect, that point. But when you're trying to demonstrate or bring a drama in a speech, it involves two things, just not the vocal variety, even the facial gestures, which I felt that was not touched upon. So vocal variety, facial gestures, audience interaction. So overall, I feel you definitely did a wonderful evaluation, very keenly observed the speaker. But yes, you could have also summarized it well in a way by putting across the negative points. So I just felt that wonderful speech, just apply the feedback that I said, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Priyanka. It's not easy to evaluate an evaluator, but I think you did a wonderful job. You have definitely observed a lot over there to give them the feedback, and I'm sure there's a lot that Amit could take away. Wonderful job, Priyanka. So I missed talking about it earlier, so let's give a wonderful round of applause to both all the previous speaker and evaluator, as well as Priyanka and Amit for a wonderful job. I'd now like to move on to the tag roles. Could I request Toastmaster Sandeep Belekar to give his report, please? You need to unmute yourself.
Yeah, sorry, I will share the Excel sheet after presenting my report. I need to figure out how to do that. But as far as the prepared speeches are concerned, both speakers were within the time limit. Would you, Madam G, would you like me to mention the specific timings?
No, I think you can just talk about if anybody's exceeded the time, or if someone's spoken less than the allotted time.
Sure. Yeah. So both the speakers were well within the time. We had only one table topic speaker, Dipesh, as I mentioned earlier, who exceeded his time. Other than that, all table topic speakers were well within the time. I guess Priyanka exceeded her time by just 5 to 6 seconds. She took 3 minutes, 37 seconds. But other two evaluators, Amit and Sourav, were again well within the time. So that's about it.
Thank you. Let's give a good round of applause to Toastmaster Sandeep for the wonderful job done. Could I now request Karthik, the accounter, to give his report?
Yeah, sure. I'm sharing the report. Sorry, I'm sharing the screen. Just a minute. I hope everybody can see my screen, and this is the counter report we have for today. And you can see these are the speakers we all had, and these are the hours used by all the speakers, and by some speaker, and by some speakers, and so. And I would like to applaud few speakers who haven't used any of the crutch and filler words, and they are Toastmasters Sumedha, Toastmasters Smruti, and Toastmasters Samita. So give a big round of applause to these three speakers for not using any of the crutch and filler words. And others, I would like to request everybody, including me, to use less crutch and filler words so that you have a smooth fluency of your speech, so that there is no breakers on your speech, and everybody, and you make a great impact of your speech. That's it. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karthik. Gives me a reminder that I need to be careful about the clutch words I use. Thank you for that. I'd now like to request the grammarian, Toastmaster Sadil, to give his feedback.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Here's the grammarian report for today's meeting. So our word of the day was compromise, right? So the word of the day was uttered only 2 times by Toastmaster Sumedha and Toastmaster Smruti. So let's all give a round of applause for both of them. So again, compromise means settling down or come to an agreement. So I convince you to use this word out of this Toastmasters club. Okay, this is more formal word. Okay, so let's move on to the good usage of today's meeting. So the words I cracked, which were good. The first one was cognizant. Cognizant means aware. Be cognizant means be aware. The next one is building block. So we can tell the building block means the simplest element with which we can start or build something. That's a building block. And amateur. Amateur means a person who don't have much exposure. And then we have dwelling well. Dwelling well means resonating around or living among. And aggravating, that means becoming worse. And we have vivid, that means it has a lively in appearance. So I will share the good usage of language now in the chat. Sorry, I have sent you the wrong one. Next up, let's move on to the literary devices. So in one of the speeches, I noticed juxtaposition. Juxtaposition means placing 2 words which completely contrasts. The juxtaposition I noticed was brutally honest. Okay, the word brutally and honest are words which totally contrast to each other. So that's juxtaposition. And then points to improve, to make our speeches more wonderful. The first one is all the audience. Instead of that, we can say to the audience. Without say to all of the audience, we can say to the audience. And next one, whenever you have to read a list, rather than saying the other one, we can start with this is the first one and this is the second one. Or we can start like this is the first one. The next one is this. Next, we have this. Then we have this. You can start reading the list like that. And it's more formal to say it requires more energy rather than saying it wants more energy. So that's the grammarian reports for today. Over to you, General.
Thank you, Sadil, for that wonderful job as a grammarian. I think you've taken a lot of trouble to explain the word, including the good usages, and also give the suggestions for improvement. Wonderful job. Let's give him a good round of applause. I'd now like to call upon Toastmaster Shilpi to take up her role as a listener.
Thank you, ma'am, General Evaluator. So as promised, I have come with few questions. So let's start with the first. At the starting of the meeting, with whom we have done breath control exercise today?
Toastmaster Karthik.
Toastmaster Karthik.
Yes. Yes. Next question. What is the another name of Karma Yoga as mentioned by TM Sudharma at the yoga introduction?
I guess
Sorry?
it's selfless service.
Yes, selfless service. Right. Right, TM Keshav. Next question. What is the name of editor that TM Sumedha mentioned in her speech?
Repeat the question, please.
What is the name of editor that TM Sumedha mentioned in her speech? Correct answer is Indu. Next. Which musical instrument did TM Smruti mention as a quote in the beginning of her speech?
Symphony.
Sorry, I didn't get it. I'll repeat the question. Which musical instrument did TM Smruti mention as a quote in the beginning of her speech?
Orchestra, symphony, no, whistle. Whistle, orchestra, symphonies, तीनों ही बोल दिया.
Yeah. So I mentioned orchestra. I mean, it's all right. You are all also right on the same. Next question. TM Samita has mentioned in her table topic speeches, where does the pimple appear?
On the face.
Yes. Do we have more time?
Toastmaster?
No.
Do we have more
right?
time?
Yeah.
No, we don't
I
have.
think we're running short of time. Yeah.
Okay. I have prepared 9, but I have just asked 5. So thank you so much for your time. And thank you so much, General Evaluator, ma'am. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shilpi, for being so attentive and making us feel embarrassed that we have not been able to remember as well as you have. Thanks a lot for that. Let's give her a good round of applause.
I just want to know. Sorry to interrupt you. Can I leave this meeting now? My baby is crying. If you don't mind.
Stop, please do.
Thank you so much.
We have less than I think 4 or 5 minutes for me to finish all the roles that I have to evaluate. I'll start with the Sergeant at Arms, who's also taken up the role of TMOD. Toastmaster Sudharma, you bring in a wonderful energy into the meeting. I can tell you right from the word go till the last when you handed over the baton to me, you ensured that you weaved through the meeting, remained with the same kind of energy, brought in a lot of examples on yoga, and truly you ensured that you were the Toastmaster of the day. Something that was really nice. And as a Sergeant at Arms, also starting the meeting, your job was to speak about the rules of Toastmasters, ensure that you give a good introduction to the PO. And there's one thing that I actually want to take the opportunity to talk about. When you introduce the PO, I'm sure you know him well, because of which you took a lot of trouble to talk about the person before you called out his name and said he is the presiding officer for today. Whereas subsequently, when you started introducing the other speakers, you actually called out their name first and then gave the evaluation. Now, this is the feedback that I am giving you here is based on my own experience in the last couple of years. I've been a Toastmaster, the feedbacks that I've received when I've taken up this role. I think the most important role of a Toastmaster is also to bring in some kind of element where people will listen to who the speaker is. When you announce the name, people know that the next speaker is going to be, let's say, Priyanka, or it's going to be Smruti. They already know who the person is and they stop listening to any introduction about them. So it's very important as a TMOD, or for that matter, anyone who's introducing a speaker, to first start talking about who that person is. Now, when you start introducing or talking about the person, people will listen to it before you actually announce the name. That is the only feedback I want to give you. Maybe that is something you can take forward. Another, and I shouldn't say only feedback, another small feedback was, you picked up a wonderful topic like yoga for the team, but you started right in the beginning by saying, I am no expert at yoga. But subsequently, you went to talk about different asanas and things, different topics related to yoga. I think the most important aspect is when you're going to talk about a subject, you need to be knowing it well. And that's when I feel the audience will be able to connect it, because they see you as an authority on that subject. So when you do it, even if you're not, I think it's important for you to not inform that to the audience. So except for that, I think a wonderful job done by Toastmaster Sudharma, taking wonderful, quite a few roles, also speaking in the table topics. Lovely effort by you. Let's give her a good round of applause.
Thank you.
Now I'd like to go on to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Karthik. You took the baton from the sergeant at arms. You had to introduce the speakers, the guests, which you did as a presiding officer, opened the meeting. I think whatever had to be done as a presiding officer, you did it really well. A couple of feedbacks, if I could give you, one was when you're introducing the Toastmaster, as I said, try and see if you can talk about the person more before you actually call out the name. Because once you call out the name, I've lost interest in listening to anything about them. So that's something that you can take back as a feedback. And secondly, this is an opportunity for you to speak. Maybe you can take that up. I'm sure all of us can bring in a different aspect to the team. So yes, the Toastmaster of the day, at least a practice over here, which was not the same case in my other club, where everybody used to talk about the team. So here also, one of the things that I have always got as a feedback is when you get an opportunity to speak, give your views about it and try and see how you can inspire the audience who's listening to you as a presiding officer of the club. But otherwise, I think week on week, you're there, you do a wonderful work, you take on 2 roles. I don't know how you people have that kind of energy. Wonderful Toastmaster Karthik. Let's give him a good round of applause. And last but not the least, the table topic master for today. I think one of the wonderful things that he did was, even though he didn't mention that his topics were all related to the theme, he picked up topics which were very relevant. I saw people connecting to the theme very easily, were able to speak for a minimum of 2 minutes. I didn't see anyone actually struggling with the topic. And I think that's the most important job of a table topic master, is to ensure that they give topics to people which actually encourages, and there are more people who want to take up the topic, because that's the whole purpose of it. To give a small feedback, as I said earlier, this is something that I have noticed in all the meetings that I've seen here. Often, and I also see that as a challenge in our virtual meetings, where you're not seeing the person in front of you. But as much as possible, if you call out the name of the speaker first, then others start relaxing. And that's not the idea of the table topic session. The table topic session is to keep people on their toes. So what would really work out well is if you can actually give out the topic and call out the name. So what happens is people are all worried that they are going to be called out next. And that's one way of ensuring that everybody is listening to the topic that's given. Whereas if you call out the name of the person, then the rest of them don't really bother to listen, because they know that the topic is not coming to them. So that's the only feedback I had. Otherwise, a wonderful meeting. I have not been at the meetings often because of certain personal issues, but I should tell you that Gabby meetings, the speeches, the evaluators, everyone does a wonderful job. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, General Toastmaster Anupama, for the kind recommendations and improvements for the members for future improvement. I kindly accept your recommendations and I will improve myself from these recommendations. Now, shall we vote for the best role taker, best role taker, as well as best table topic evaluator and speaker? Shall we take 1 minute to fill the Google form while I am continuing my theme? Now, let's move on to our theme for a little bit while we are voting. In yoga, we have few rules, ground rules in practicing yoga. First one is we should not have heavy meals before 2 hours when we are practicing yoga. It should be light meals. And also, this is my card which has mentioned. And we have to start with that Savasana, relaxation method, at least 5 minutes, maximum 10 minutes. We have to use the Savasana and start the yoga. And also in clothes perspective, that clothes should be very covered ones, because that kidney issues and all will come if we are not covering our body properly. When we are doing shoulder stand and head stand, we have to cover our backside properly to repent from any kidney issues. That is what gurus are saying. And also, in our yoga practices, there are methods. First, we are going to Shavasana, then we are going to stretching, and next we are going to pranayama, then we are going to leg raises, then only we are doing asanas. Each and every step we are using Savasana for 5 minutes. That is for proper relaxation. Otherwise, there may be injuries in when we are doing yoga. In each and every step, we are using Savasana as a relaxation method. Then at the end, we are using Om three times and Shant 3 times. That is the normal procedure of practicing yoga in class. So, to find Toastmaster Karthik, I think our voting is done. I will move on to my end of the topic. Let me share my screen. That Swami Sivananda, who is the Guru, is the Guru from Hatha Yoga. He has mentioned this one as a takeaway home message. You can have calmness of mind of all times by the practice of yoga. You can have restful sleep. You can have increasing energy, vigor, vitality, longevity, and high standard of health. You can turn out efficient work within a short space of time. You can have success in every walk of life. So, my dear Toastmasters, do you like to have success in every walk of life? Over to you, presiding officer of the day.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Sudharma, for that lovely theme. Give a big round of applause for Toastmaster Sudharma for letting us know the importance of yoga. Because if you do yoga, then you will have your healthy life. So now I think we do have guests. Yes, Sadil. Sadil, how was your experience in Gabbys? Please let us know. If you have any feedback, we would glad to inculcate those feedback in our meetings. Over to you.
Actually, this is a new experience for me because I usually attend to physical meetings rather than online meetings, and there are huge difference between those physical meetings and online meetings, because there we have round robin sessions and here we don't. And most importantly, thank you for welcoming me. I had a lot of fun and I took a lot of experience. And what I love most is the contact. That means you have asked for my information even before the meeting, and you explained what should I do as a grammarian, and it helped me a lot because this is my first time as a grammarian, even though I became a Toastmaster of the Day 2 times before. This is my first experience, and thank you for welcoming me. Thank you for giving me the chance to speak, and had a lot of fun, had a lot of education, learned a lot about yoga. So thank you again.
Thank you, Sadil. Thank you so much for accepting the role in Gabbys, and we hope to see you in our next meetings. And till then, thank you for joining. So now I think we do have one special member, that is Toastmaster Keshav, who is our new joinee in Gabbys. So give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Keshav. And I want to hear a few words from Keshav. Keshav, was this your first meeting in Gabbys, or you had attended previous meetings? I think you might have attended.
Yeah. I attended few meetings before joining the Gabbys Toastmasters Club, but officially it's my first meeting after joining the Gabbys Club. So yeah, it was a great experience speaking about the topics and listening to one of the renowned and good speakers all around the India and all around the world. There are a lot of things to be learned from you all, and there are a lot of learnings that I would be exchanging. And yeah, hopefully it would be happy journey for me after joining the Gabbys.
Thank you, Keshav. Keshav, are you still studying, or you have entered?
I am entered to corporate world.
I mean, happy days are over. Thank you for letting us know. Okay, so that was all about our meeting. Sourav, are the polls results ready?
Yes, it's ready.
Okay, so do you want to announce? You can take over and announce the results.
Okay. I will send it to you. One second.
Fine. You can send it to me. Okay, so before going on, how many of you remember the mantra I told at the beginning? Okay, how many
I
of you
just
want
remember 2 words of it: home and bathroom cleaning.
Yeah, so
Home
can we
green
all repeat
something.
that? Okay, how many of you want to repeat it? Say heartfully, because I know it's kind of okay. Keshav, I like that spirit. Okay, okay. So fine. One of the best asana I like is shavasana, like sleeping like a dead body. So okay, but we do have results before listening to all my PJs. I hope you are not offended. Okay, here is the result. So, okay. Okay, the best table topic speaker we have for today is none other than distinguished Toastmaster Sourav. So give a big round of applause for him. And distinguished Toastmaster Sourav, we wish you all the best for our area contest. Rock it and bring the award to our home. Give a big round of applause to distinguished Toastmaster Sourav. And we also have the Taggle team, and who has won it? Okay, it is none other than Grammarian Sadil. So give a big round of applause to our Grammarian. Okay, how about others? Okay, and the best evaluator is none other than, again, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Give a big round of applause to him. And again, we wish you all the best for contesting Evaluation contest in area contest on 25th. Bring the glory to our home. Wish you all the best, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. And next, what else? The best speaker, I think. I'm still waiting. Okay, we also have best speaker. Fine, sorry, I missed it. Okay, the best speaker for today is Toastmaster Smruti. Give a big round of applause to her. And the best role taker for today is none other than Toastmaster Sudharma, for teaching all those asanas. And I'm doing that shavasana while sleeping because that's cool. Okay. So that was all about our today's meeting. We had a very great meeting. I mean, a lot of sessions. I mean, good session from our Toastmaster of the day and great evaluation from General Evaluator. And we had good speakers. And I would like to thank Toastmaster Sumedha, Toastmaster Sumedha, for accepting the speaker role in Gabbys. Thank you so much. And your speech was really good. And thank you, Toastmaster Smruti, for that lovely speech. And thank you all role takers. So it was a fabulous meeting. we will see you on Thursday, and let you know this Thursday we have a special meeting, that is we have a mock contest for the Gabbys members. So it's a closed door meeting. So I'd like to request every Gabbys member to attend this mock test. And also we have this Saturday, we do not have our meeting. Instead, we have area contest. So area contest also can be attended by all online and offline. So whoever is in Bangalore, you can come and attend the area contest and get that experience of evaluations and table topics attempted by the champions. So see you on Saturday in the area contest in person, and as well as online. A meeting link will be shared as soon as possible at the earliest. But this Thursday it is a closed door meeting for Gabbys. So see you at Gabbys with them during our mock test meeting. Thank you all. Thank you. See you all on Thursday. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Good night.
Smruti, Preeti, Chitrakshi, can you please stay back?
Okay. Okay. Then Sourav, I'll make you the host, and I'll
Make me the host.
Okay. Okay, fine, Sourav. Bye. Bye, Smriti.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Preeti. Bye, Chitrakshi.
Acha, Smruti, so the way we do it is here is that we practice as we would practice in a contest. So there is, you need to play a couple of roles here. One is the TTM and the other is a Zoom moderator. And also the timer. Okay. So what you, yeah, you're a one-man army, because see, typically we have a lot of people joining, but today Aparna ka bukhar ho gaya, Nancy ka bhi kuch hai, so we didn't have that time. We don't have the strength to. So if you can just play the multiple roles, then it will help us. So Aparna will send you the topics. I think she has already sent you, or she will send you. Otherwise, we can get started with any topics that you can find out. So the way we will do it is, I will make you the host now. You will take over from here. So yeah, you are the host now. The breakout room is already ready. So the way we will do it is, I am the last TT speaker. So we are doing it as per whatever we have. So we are TT6. Preeti, तुम्हारा कौन सा है?
4.
और चित्राक्षी तुम्हारा?
I forgot. चित्राक्षी को. With number 1.
I forgot. नहीं 4th 5th ऐसा कुछ है. 5th तो यो.
अरे
नहीं 3rd 4th 5th. I forgot. यार सौरभ कल आपको पता है in that.
अच्छा, can someone stop just stop the recording?
Oh yeah.
So Chitrakshi is 3rd.